I ran away from home after fighting with my father. One day, the phone rang, and it was too late. Chapter 1. The fight that changed everything. The rain hammered our Cleveland kitchen windows that October evening. I sat staring at my report card. 3 Fs and a D+, while Dad paced the floor, his work boots thundering across the linoleum. "What the hell am I working 60 hours a week for if you can't even pass basic math?" His face was red from another long day at the steel plant. "I tried, Dad. The algebra doesn't make sense," I mumbled, picking at my Metallica shirt. "Tried? Your mother found video games under your bed instead of textbooks." The fight escalated like always. Him yelling about responsibility, me firing back about how nothing I did was ever good enough. If you're enjoying this story and want to hear more real-life experiences that hit close to home, don't forget to subscribe. Stories like this remind us what really matters in life. "You're spoiled," he said. "You think everything should be handed to you. Maybe I'd do better if you actually helped instead of just yelling," I shot back. "Help? I work my ass off to keep a roof over your head. That's help enough." "When was the last time you asked about school without yelling? When did we do anything that didn't end in a fight? Don't you dare turn this around on me. You're the one failing." "I'm done," I said. "I'm done with you making me feel like shit." Mom appeared in the doorway, tears starting. "Tyler, honey, just calm down." I was already moving upstairs, throwing clothes into my gym bag. $27 from my grocery store job, some t-shirts, my leather jacket. My hands shook as I packed. When I came down, Dad stood with arms crossed. "Where do you think you're going?" "Anywhere but here." "Tyler, please," Mom whispered. "Let's talk in the morning. I can't live with someone who thinks I'm such a disappointment." Dad's jaw tightened. "If you walk out that door, don't expect to come crawling back when things get tough." Those words hit like a punch. "Don't worry, I won't." What do you think you would have done in Tyler's situation? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Sometimes we all need to hear different perspectives on family conflicts. The last thing I saw was Mom's scared face framed by warm living room light. The door closing felt like the end of everything. Chapter 2. Making it alone. 6 months later, I lived in a cramped studio above Garcia's auto shop on Cleveland's east side. Motor oil and cigarettes had become familiar smells. I'd gotten the job through Miguel, who understood what it meant to make it alone at 18. "You got good hands for this work," Miguel said, watching me fumble with a wrench. "Just learn to trust them." The garage buzzed with classic rock, air tools, and creative cursing. The stained concrete floor and flickering lights felt more like home than anywhere in months. This story shows how sometimes we have to build our own path. If you're finding value in these real experiences, hit that subscribe button to hear more stories about resilience and family. I kept my promise about not going back, but couldn't cut ties with Mom. Every Sunday at 2 p.m. when Dad watched football, she'd call. "How are you eating, honey?" "I'm fine. Miguel's girlfriend brings tamales and I've gotten good at spaghetti. Your father asks about you sometimes." "I doubt that." "He does, Tyler. He just doesn't know how to say it." Those calls were lifelines and torture. I missed her pancakes and how she'd hum doing laundry, but every mention of Dad felt like picking at a scab. Winter hit hard. The building's heating barely worked, and I slept in 2 sweatshirts. Some nights I'd think about my warm old room and Mom's hot chocolate, but I was stubborn, convinced I was proving something. The garage work was honest. My hands got stained with grease, but Miguel taught me real skills. For the first time, I was good at something that mattered. What career path spoke to you when you were finding your way? Drop a comment and share your story. We all need to hear how others found their direction. "You should consider technical school," Miguel said one day. "You got natural talent." By spring, I'd been away 8 months. I had work I was good at, proving I wasn't the failure Dad made me feel like. But success felt hollow, with no one to share it. Chapter 3. The call that destroyed everything. It was a Tuesday in April when my world collapsed. I was working on a Chevy's electrical problem when my phone rang at 11 a.m., way outside Mom's Sunday routine. "Tyler?" Her voice was broken. I could hear her crying. I dropped my wrench. "Mom? What's wrong?" "It's your father. Tyler, he's gone." The world tilted. I grabbed the workbench. "What do you mean?" "Heart attack. This morning at work. It was sudden, baby. He didn't suffer." If this story is resonating with you, hitting that subscribe button means you'll never miss these powerful real-life stories that remind us what truly matters. I couldn't breathe. The garage walls closed in. All I could think about was our last fight, those final words. Around 9:30, he was talking to Jim about the furnace, then collapsed. The paramedics tried everything. 8 months flashed through my mind. All the times I could have called. All the Sundays Mom asked if I wanted to talk to him, and I said no. The funeral is Saturday. I know things were complicated, but Tyler, he loved you. He kept your senior picture on his dresser. Sometimes I'd catch him staring at it. That hit like a physical blow. All those months of anger, proving I could make it without him, and now there would never be a chance to fix it. "I should have called him," I whispered. "Oh, baby, no. Your father was proud and stubborn, but he understood. He just didn't know how to reach out either. Two stubborn men, too proud to make the first move. Now it was too late." Have you ever had regrets about things left unsaid with family? Share your thoughts in the comments. Sometimes talking about these feelings helps us all heal. Miguel found me on the floor an hour later. "My dad died," I managed. Hearing it made it real in a way that hurt everywhere. Miguel sat beside me against the wall. Sometimes friendship is just sitting in the dark with someone. "Mom came Thursday with a manila envelope. He wanted you to have this. I found it in his workshop. Inside, a $50 bill, a note saying, 'For when you're ready to come home,' and a technical school clipping. He'd highlighted the automotive program and written, 'Proud of you for finding your own way.'" I broke down, ugly, crying. Mom held me, and for the first time in months, I felt like someone's son again. Chapter 4. Too late to say I'm sorry. The funeral was at St. Mary's Church Saturday morning. Dad had more friends than I'd realized. Steel plant guys, neighbors, little league coaches telling me stories I'd never heard. "Your dad talked about you all the time," said Jim, his supervisor. "Last week he showed pictures of that engine you rebuilt. Said you had a real gift." Stories like this remind us how much our loved ones mean to us. If you want to hear more real experiences about family and loss, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss them. Pictures on his phone? I didn't know Dad could take phone pictures, let alone that he'd been following my progress. The realization he'd been proud while I was too stubborn to reach out was unbearable. Mrs. Chen, our neighbor, pulled me aside. "Your father stood at the kitchen window every Sunday at 2 o'clock when you called. He never said anything, but I could see him listening." Each revelation was a knife to the heart. All those calls when Mom said Dad asked about me, and I'd assumed she was just being nice. Back home, the house felt empty. "He kept your room exactly the same," Mom said. "Sometimes I'd find him sitting on your bed, looking through old baseball cards." I went upstairs expecting storage. Instead, it was a shrine. My trophies lined shelves, posters on walls, and on the desk sat newspaper clippings about technical schools and young people in trades. On top was a half-written letter. "Dear Tyler, I know I'm not good with words, and I wish I could take back what I said that night. Your mother says you're doing well at the garage, and I'm proud. I was never good at school either, but too proud to admit it. Maybe if I'd been honest about my struggles instead of getting angry about your grades, things would be different. I love you, son, and miss you every day. When you're ready, unfinished, like everything between us." Have you ever discovered something about a loved one that changed how you saw your relationship? Share your experience in the comments. These stories help us all understand each other better. I moved back home that week, not because I had to, but because Mom needed me and I understood running away hadn't solved anything. I started technical school that fall, carrying Dad's lucky wrench on my first day. 2 years later, I graduated with honors. Walking across the stage, I thought about that unfinished letter and wished Dad could have seen it. If you've ever found your true calling after taking an unconventional path, hit that subscribe button. Stories about finding our purpose despite setbacks inspire us all. The relationship we never repaired in life has been rebuilt in memory, constructed from pieces I discovered after he was gone. His hidden pride, his regret, his love that was always there even when words came out wrong. Sometimes I wonder what would have happened if I'd been brave enough to call him once during those 8 months. But life doesn't give do-overs, only chances to learn from. Regrets. I can't fix what happened, but I can carry lessons forward. I can reach out instead of holding grudges. Say, I love you when it's hard. Not wait for perfect moments, because they might never come. What relationships in your life could use healing? Sometimes sharing our stories helps others find courage. To reach out, leave a comment about your experiences with family forgiveness. If someone in your life needs healing because of pride or hurt, don't wait. Don't assume there's always more time. Pick up the phone, send the text, make the visit. Say what needs saying while someone's there to hear it. Because one day, the phone will ring, and it will be too late. Thank you for sharing this journey. If stories like this touch your heart and make you think about what really matters, please subscribe for more real-life experiences about family, forgiveness, and love. Remember, it's never too late to reach out to someone you care about, until suddenly it is.